Isomer was created out of frustration with the EPC industry in general. The EPC industry is really dominated by really big firms. I worked for one for 15 years and spent my career there and did a lot of things and became really frustrated with the way those companies treated their employees and the way those companies treated their clients, frankly. I felt like the business model required that you had to have lots of hours to feed the machine, which didn't encourage innovation. And also profitability was tied to lots of hours, which meant there was always a lot of pressure on people to work overtime and grind themselves to death. And so Isomer is really kind of a statement to step back and say, hey, I think this can be done better if you embrace innovation. If you build your business that way, you kind of decouple the business model from number of billable hours, and instead you couple it to what you can deliver, and you truly innovate. So the number one thing we look for in team members is communication skills. There are tons of smart people with engineering degrees. We go to career fairs all the time, and I get asked that question. It's always the first response I give. Communication skills are key to being successful in our business. If you got pretty good grades in an engineering discipline from a major university, you can do what we do. You can learn the parts you don't know, but not everybody can communicate well. My favorite part of coming to Isomer every day is the people. We have a great team. I love spending time with them. I love watching them grow. The folks we've hired kind of directly out of college have never worked at another EPC, and we've never given them any limits on what they can accomplish and what they can do. And so my favorite thing is the time I get to spend with the people and just watching how rapidly folks are able to develop when you kind of take away all the barriers that traditional EPCs put around them. So a hard lesson I learned early in my career is to have tough conversations. There's whole books written about it, but there's really no higher stakes for that principle than capital projects. So, we use the word candor to kind of put it into our values as a company, and we make a commitment to customers that we'll always tell them what they need to hear and drive the hard decisions early, because what most people do, and it ends up biting everybody in the butt, is they avoid the hard conversations. You get way down the road, and then when you find out that you didn't have that uncomfortable conversation, it's a way bigger deal. It's more expensive and more painful for everybody to fix.